Hi, welcome. Today we are going over many different types of beginner friendly vocal exercises. If you're new here, I'm Camille with 30 Day Singer, and I want to give you a quick overview of what to expect, and then we'll jump in. So, we are going to go over different types of chest voice exercises. Your chest voice is just your speaking voice sustained. Head voice exercises, also known as falsetto function. We're going to go over different types of exercises where we switch in between these registers, exercises where we blend the two together, and mix friendly exercises. So that's quite a lot to cover. If you would like, I'll be calling out some pitch letter names and octave numbers every now and then. So I want to give you a resource that you can use to make sure that you are matching pitch correctly. So I'm going to find that link for you. But if you just Googled right now, singing carrots, like the carrot you eat, vocal pitch monitor, if for whatever reason the link does not show up in the chat, that will take you to the right place. So I'm going to copy the link, put it in the chat. And hi, Nick, maybe you can let me know if that link showed up for you. And Nick is asking, if possible during Q&A, can you help me break down another high note? Yes, absolutely. I'll write the song in the chat later. Awesome. So Nick and I found last time that for some reason, sometimes links don't show up in the live chat. And so if you wanted help with something, if you can just type it out in words for what I should search for, then I can help you that way. Okay, so I want to also give a disclaimer. I know this is a lot of talking before we get into the exercises, but just a little disclaimer. Um, every beginning singer, you're going to have a different range than me, a different range, even than your future self. So beginning singers are sometimes in a hurry to figure out their vocal range and their voice type. And it's a little bit tricky doing this in kind of a video format where I can't hear you and give this for you specifically. But generally speaking, we've got people with higher types. So think sopranos, mezzos, altos. If you can sing along comfortably with me, then I'm going to group you into that general category of higher voices. And then there are folks with lower voice types, tenor, baritone, bass. Most male singers are going to fall under that category. So I'm going to lump that as lower voices. Of course, we are all different, and there are singers whose range spans, who have a super, super wide range, especially folks. Let's say you're a tenor, but a very high tenor. So you could technically sing alto material, and maybe you can even sing mezzo material as well. So just keep that in mind, that when I say higher voices, that means you can sing along with me really easily, and lower voices, typically you're going to be more comfortable one full octave lower for today's exercises. And we'll get into the specifics as well. Sometimes I might say lower voices keep going or higher voices keep going. And just trust yourself, trust your body. And if something is hurting, you can always stop. If something is feeling too high or low, you can also sing it in a different octave. Okay, so Singing Carrots Vocal Pitch Monitor, if you then click Enable Mic, and you'll be able to see what pitch you are singing. So if I give you a pitch to sing and you're using headphones, then this is going to be analyzing just your pitch. And that's really ideal because we want the pitch monitor you use to analyze your pitch, not my pitch per se. But let's give this a try so you can work with this if you haven't before. I'm going to ask everybody to match a G3. I'm going to play it first. So again, you're enabling your mic on the pitch monitor and then seeing is G3 popping up for you. Again, here it is. That's the pitch that we're intending to match. And here's another thing to help you determine, am I a higher voice or a lower voice? If that G3 sounded and felt relatively low for you, then I would categorize you as a higher voice. If that G3 on the other hand, felt kind of like a medium note for you, medium, maybe even medium high, then I would classify you as a lower voice for our purposes. And if that G3 you couldn't match it at all, then maybe you're a very high voice type and you could match a G4 instead, which is this pitch. Ah. Or if that G3 felt too high for you and it was a little scary, maybe you could match one octave lower than that, G2. I can't sing that low, so I can't demonstrate with my voice, but there it is on the keyboard. Okay, cool. So for our exercise today, just to save time, I'm usually going to give you 2 octave choices to sing in. So for example, I'll say sing either starting on C4 or C3, whichever feels most immediately comfortable for your voice. Higher voices, you would be on C4, lower voices, C3. And you'll hear that if you're singing in a different octave, but you're singing the same pitch letters, it's still going to sound good and everything's going to be hunky dory. So you'll be singing something like that. So if I'm demonstrating up here, da 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 da, and you're singing one octave lower, da 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 da, that's all good. It only becomes a problem if you're not a full octave apart. So if I'm singing C, D, E, D, C, and you're singing something random like like that, that's not going to sound great. So we want to be a full octave apart from one another if you're not singing in my same octave. Okay. Let me know if you're here live, if that is all making sense to you. And Blue Halo is saying, I really want to learn how to, the heart is covering it up right now, but I'm guessing the word is control my voice, maybe? Is it control? And even sing songs. That's awesome. So I highly encourage you to pick some songs that feel relatively easy for you as you begin this singing voice learning journey. I think sometimes we make the mistake of just doing exercises and not incorporating song work. So you are definitely on the right track. Okay, without further ado, let's jump in. The first type of exercise, and probably the easiest type of exercise that we can do, is one that just uses our chest voice or our speaking voice. So here's where we're going to have to split up a little bit. For high voices, I'll start with you because I can demonstrate in your range. Low voices, you'll have to hang back just for a minute. If you can match me, great, awesome. So if you can match an A flat 3, that's very, very close to the G3 that we were all matching before. So if you can sing that, find that pitch. And in fact, if you do have a very low voice, if you're a baritone or a bass, you would probably be comfortable 1 octave lower on A flat 2. So that's perfectly fine. If you have a really low voice, you can join us. But I know that if you are a lower voice, but in the higher, like a higher lower voice, in other words, if you're a tenor, then that might be out of your reach. That might be uncomfortably low. So if you can match this, A flat 3 or A flat 2, then the first type of exercise I want to do with you is just speaking on pitch. So we're going to use words that we would say strongly, words like no or go. So really simple pattern, not wide range. We're going to sing no, 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 or go, 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 go. And the whole purpose here is to use our speaking voice function and connect it to our singing voice's natural strength. Sometimes people think that their singing voice is this entirely different thing from their singing voice, and that's just not true. You only have one instrument. So your speaking voice, when we sustain and maybe add vibrato, hi, hello, now I'm singing, whereas before I was just speaking, it's the same function, same instrument. So starting here, and low voices, I'll let you know, like tenors, I'll let you know when you should come in. High voices, I'll also let you know when you can drop out. Of course, you can keep going, you can drop out sooner, listen to your voice and your body, but starting right here, A flat 3, again, we're singing no, 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 or go, go, go. Ready and sing. Go, 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 go. Just speaking on pitch. Pausing right here, tenors, or the higher of the low voices. You can probably join now. Checking back in, you're either singing starting on C4 or C3, one octave lower. And again, that's just go, 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 or no, 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 no. And there's a reason that I'm also doing that kind of staccato, short, and detached. It's because I really just want you to think of this as speaking on pitch, and you're not worried at all about the tone quality and, real singing. Ready and sing. Now, right about here, higher voices singing go, 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 or no, 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 no. You might start to feel a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a strain, and maybe you're even starting to feel like you're getting shouty. No, 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 no. And if that's you, just know here's about the area where high voices can back off. You can drop down the octave if you want, or you can just stop singing, take a break. The reason for this is our chest voice, that low, strong section of our overall vocal range, it doesn't last forever. Even when you hear Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey singing really high and loud and strong, they're not just using their speaking voice or chest voice, they're mixing. And we'll get there. But for now, especially if you're starting to feel a little bit shouty or strained, back off. Here we are singing no, 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 or go, 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 starting on E flat 4 or E flat 3. Ready and speak. Go, 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 go. Low voices continue. Go, 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 go. And right here, low voices. This probably is feeling a little bit high, especially if you're bass, baritone, really low, deep voice. If I were to sing this, it doesn't sound so high, but for you, this is nearing the top of your chest voice range. So we're singing A flat, B flat, C, C4, or middle C. And here's something that happens with beginning singers, especially. You might start to feel like, ooh, this is getting a little bit high, and your voice might almost automatically, not on purpose, you might drop down a full octave. But I want to encourage you to stick with this higher octave because it is doable. Only very, very low voice types would need to drop out at this moment. So it might feel and sound a bit high. As long as it's not hurting, stick with it. Here we are. No, 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 or go, 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 go. Ready and speak. Go, 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 go. Start on A3 this time. And right here is where I say if you're starting to feel shouty or strained, that's actually okay. That's very, very normal. We've reached the top of our natural chest voice range for low singers. Hi, Hector. And Nick was saying the baritone in me is mixing it up, testing both octaves. So, yeah, as we were saying before, kind of if you have a voice type that's sort of in the middle or that covers more than one, choral voice type, then you can decide. You can decide, I'm going to sing everything, or I'm feeling like a little bit higher, a little bit lower today. So that's totally up to you. Okay, so another type of exercise for beginners, one, we were just speaking on pitch. Two, we can use wide vowels to encourage that chest voice strength. This is especially helpful if you don't have a naturally strong, loud voice. And it's also really helpful if you're a singer who is more used to head voice. So if your singing voice is more light and floaty and maybe it's pretty but doesn't have a lot of strength and that's something you want to work on, then you can use wide vowels like ah and a, sounds like that. Basically, the sounds that we would use if we were yelling, hey, yeah. We can use those sounds down in our low chest voice, speaking voice range to encourage that natural strength that you have. If you're a singer and you're trying to find your chest voice, but again, you're kind of reverting to a more head voicey sound. So let's say we're doing this. I'm modeling for you. Go, 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 go. But your sound is more like this. Go, 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 go. That would be more head voice sound where we want more chest voice sound. So if that sounds like you, if you're like, oh man, I'm trying to sound stronger, but it's not working, it could be that even though we're singing relatively low, you're using your head voice or falsetto function down low. And this is something I've actually encountered more with um, middle aged to elderly female singers. I found a little bit more of a pattern among that population. So if that's you and you feel like that resonated with you, that sound, then I want to encourage you to keep it up with these kind of speaking on pitch exercises and try this next one, saying ma as in map, ma, 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 ma. Or if you're ready for a little bit more of a challenge, ma. That's harder to do, changing pitch without inserting the sound. So the easier version would be ma, ma, ma. The slightly harder version would be ma, where you're changing pitch, but you're not getting that sound. Rendani is saying, I'm having trouble matching pitch. I think I'm tone deaf. What can I do? Or is there a lesson to help me with this? Absolutely can help you with that. Being truly tone deaf is very, very rare. It's not impossible, but I will find a couple links for you. I want to ask you how it's going right now as we're using the vocal pitch monitor, or if you came late, here's the link again for you, or just Google singing carrots vocal pitch monitor. And what I would do there, Rendani, or if you resonate with that, and if you're like, oh, I think I'm tone deaf, where I would start working on that is rather than playing a pitch and intending to match it, I want you to just sing and see what pitch you're singing. So, for example, I'll do that right now. I'm going to open up the vocal pitch monitor for myself, and I'm just going to sing a random note, anything that feels comfortable for me. And I can see once I've enabled my microphone that I'm singing a G sharp 3. So now the next step for me is to play a G sharp 3 and match it and get used to that feeling of singing in unison or singing the same pitch that I'm hearing. Then my next step would be to play a pitch on the keyboard very, very close to that, knowing that if I can sing a G sharp 3 comfortably and match it, there's no reason that I can't then play the very next key up. That would be A3. And match that pitch. And again, I'm going for that same feeling of unison, of like blending into that sound. And I also have the confidence that G sharp 3 and A3, they're very, very similar in tone quality, intensity. If I can produce a G sharp 3 comfortably, I can probably produce an A3 comfortably. So we're not jumping around the keyboard. And again, if you really think that you might be tone deaf, we're not just playing a key on the piano and trying to match it because that can be really frustrating. Um, Especially if you're new to music in general, you might play a key on the keyboard that is unmatchable for you. If I played this pitch right here, what my voice is going to do is going to sing an octave higher than that. And I might think I'm matching pitch, but I'm not. And if I try to match that pitch, it's going to be very frustrating and I can't do it. Likewise, if you pick a pitch that's way, way too high for your current comfortable range, that's also going to be frustrating and just a waste of time. So I hope that made sense. I do have lessons both on YouTube and on the site. To link for you, but I want to check to make sure that the links are actually posting. So Rendani or Nick or Hector, anyone who's here live, when I've posted the link to Singing Carrots, did it show up in the chat or did it not? And if it did show up, then I'll go gather those links for you. But if it didn't, then I'll just tell you, what to Google. um, at the very least, though, on our YouTube channel, you can Google intonation or not Google. You can put into the search bar on our YouTube channel. Okay, Yvonne said it did not. Great. So that's good for me to know. Then what you would want to do is on the channel page. Oh, for Nick it did. Interesting. Okay. Regardless, you can go onto the channel page and in the search bar, the keywords would be intonation or matching pitch, singing in tune, um, anything like that. You're going to see shorter videos and you'll also see longer videos like this one, hour-long videos. And we've definitely covered it. And if you're on the 30-Day Singer website, then you would do the same thing, just searching for those keywords: intonation, singing in tune, matching pitch, stuff like that. Okay, moving on. So, chest voice exercises, pretty easy. You're speaking on pitch. Essentially, what you're doing there is you're just uh, conceptualizing the fact that your speaking voice is a part of your singing voice. Next step for beginners, we want to find that other function of the voice, your head voice or falsetto function. And that's not a function that we use in daily life unless you talk like this, which most people don't. So if you like to do impressions, then Mickey Mouse would be a good one, or even Winnie the Pooh, to find your head voice function. But if you don't like to do impressions and you're not in a silly mood today, actually, you're not in luck because some of these sounds are silly anyways. But the first one that I like to use is a cuckoo clock sound. Cuckoo, cuckoo. And it's a high pitched cuckoo clock. We're not going cuckoo, right? Cuckoo, cuckoo. Think very hollow cuckoo clock. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Just play with that for a minute. I know it's kind of a weird sound, but why that works to help us find our head voice or falsetto function, the vowel works really well. You'll feel there's a lot of space inside your throat. Cuckoo, cuckoo. I'm not just asking you to sing as high as you can, because usually what happens when I ask you to sing as high as you can, you might go, and that's maybe as high as you can sing in chest voice. And you're just not used to finding your head voice or falsetto function. So get out of that box, make a cuckoo clock sound. If that doesn't work for you, if nothing's coming out, or you can't reach a higher pitch than you can yell, then try an owl hoot. Hoo, 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 hoo. You can also try just sighing. Pretend like you're yawning or actually yawn like I'm doing. And again, it's a high pitched. I'm not yawning. Down in my chest voice range. If pitches would be helpful for you, because some folks will be just continuing to try the sound, but still in their chest voice range. So for high voices, I might try this around C5. Cuckoo. Or that owl hoot again. Woo, woo. And if you're a lower voice type, you might try instead maybe around A4. Cuckoo, cuckoo. Or whoo, whoo. And this is the exercise. I'm not even playing pitches, although certainly you could. So once you find that function, whoo, whoo, then you want to stay in that zone, in that mode, and add on some more pitches. Whoo, or whoo, or whoo, going in the opposite direction. The pattern doesn't really matter all that much. I just said the pattern doesn't matter. Oh boy. The pattern that you sing, meaning the melodic pattern, doesn't really matter. For a beginning singer, all I want is that you're accessing that mode of your voice and it feels good to you, or at least it doesn't hurt. So if that's happening, great. If it's not happening at all, there are some other sounds that we can try. Another sound to try is a high pitched, excited woohoo or wee. If that feels more comfortable to you, feels more authentic for you, cool. Do that instead of the cuckoo clock or the owl hoot. I want to give you different options because I know that, one sound isn't going to work for hundreds of people. So try them out. Nick was saying, I reckon I should change my alarm sound on my phone to the cuckoo clock. Hey, do it. Maybe even record it yourself if you like waking up to the sound of your own voice. I don't know. Okay. So once we found our head voice function, great. I would also give you a little, I'll get on my soapbox for just 1 minute. If you can return to this function daily for just a couple minutes, you're going to set yourself up really well. If you're a beginner, you might not like this sound. It might feel ungrounded. It might be really breathy. It might feel really weak. But I promise it'll get stronger. And the only way is for you to return to this coordination. Let me see if I had any more tips for you. Oh, yes. Okay. Narrow vowels like oo and e are usually going to be a good bet when you're working on head voice. So let's say you found that function with the woo woo or cuckoo, then stay in that mode with narrow vowels like oo and e. Ooh, ee. The pattern doesn't matter, just the fact that you're getting into that zone. And again, the purpose is accessing your falsetto function for a beginner. That's what we care about most. And then if you're more of an advanced beginner or an intermediate singer, then the function of using those type of sounds is to thin and lighten your voice so that you're not singing heavy all the time and, full power. It's also really helpful for range extension. When you're working on extending your range, you're not typically singing really loud and strong. You're going to use really small sounds to achieve higher pitches. Okay, next type of exercise we want to do for beginners. So just recap, we've done chest voice, speaking on pitch basically, and then we've done head voice or falsetto, just finding that function. Third, we're going to practice switching between the two. So we're not focusing on mix or register blending just yet. We're working on switching, feeling that, okay, I can sing in chest voice, and I can sing in head voice, ooh, and I can switch between the two. They feel different, they sound different. This might be controversial because I know there are some teachers, some schools of thought that's like, oh, you just have one voice, but practically and realistically, people do feel a difference between that heavier, stronger function and that higher, lighter, thinner function. So I find it is helpful. If you are a natural mixer, so to speak, then maybe exercises like this are unnecessary for you. But for the vast majority of singers, we need this very specific instruction and practice. So let's do this all together. I'm going to start us on that G3 again. And this time we're going to be jumping an octave. So from G3 to G4. And that might be tricky. If you're a baby beginner, you might have to go really, really slowly and use that vocal pitch monitor. But what we're doing is we're finding or we're using a syllable that helps us find that chest voice strength. So maybe a hey or yeah, yeah. And then we're using something that helps us find that head voice lightness, like ooh, yeah, ooh. Or if those exercises from before really worked well for you, use those. You could say go and then woohoo. That could be the exercise for you. Go woohoo. If that's what you need, do it. If you're ready for a little bit of a challenge, then I would say use something like ah on the bottom and ooh on the top. Ah, ooh. And we'll go low, high, low. So ah, ooh, ah. Everyone is singing together right now. Ah, ooh, ah. That's the exercise. And again, the pitches are G3 to G4. Low voices, you might be thinking, okay, can I do this one octave lower? Can I do G2 to G3? You could, but then you wouldn't be training chest voice and head voice. You would be probably all in chest voice. So I do really want to encourage you to be up here in this octave with me, everyone together. Find those pitches for yourself. Use your pitch monitor, and we're going to try this. Oh, that was interesting. Ready, singing, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Try it again. Ah, ooh, ah. If that's not working, remember to use the sound that does ah, cuckoo, ah, or ah, wee, ah. Remember, the purpose here is switching, not blending. Ready and sing. Ah, ooh, ah. Walking up. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Sorry, I went minor for a second. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Low voices, you could totally drop out from that high part. So you could just be singing the ah now. Ah, and think the ooh. Ooh, ah. Now, I'm stopping around here. I know that a lot of you can sing higher than that, but I'm stopping because for the vast majority of beginners, about a D5, even for high voices, a D5 feels high. So, you could challenge this if that D5 is feeling like ooh, really squeezed and tight. Get out of singing mode for a second and just go woo, wee. And you'll find that you can make noise a lot higher than you think you can. We get in our head, especially when, I'm here with the piano, but oftentimes uh, we stop ourselves before our voice actually stops. So if that is feeling high, then go woo, woo, wee. And Rendani was saying, thank you so much for the vocal pitch monitor. Yay. Good night. South Africa should be what, 9 hours ahead, 10 hours. My husband's from there. So I have family, lots of family by marriage in South Africa. And I'm sure they're all sleeping. So That high-pitched, excited sound, just out of curiosity, see how high you can take it on the vocal pitch monitor. And that might give you a little bit of confidence then to keep going with those range extension type exercises. But for now, we're going to stop right there at D5. So, next type of exercise for beginners, we did chest voice, head voice, switching, and now blending. We're going to use the same exact exercise, but this time instead of jumping, ah, ooh, ah, we're going to try to slide between the two. This is where things can fall apart a little bit. Just a warning. Your voice might stop, it might crack, it might just sound bad. Okay. Welcome it. If that happens, that's normal. We're sliding now. Ooh, and there's two different ways you could do this exercise. You could sing ah all the way until you reach that top pitch, and then you remember, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to sing ooh. So that would sound like this. Ooh. Or, and there's nothing wrong with that. That just might cause you to crack. Ow. There might be a little bit of a yodel sound in there. Not the end of the world. But this exercise will be even more effective for you in truly blending chest voice and head voice and finding that that mix or blended function. If you instead morph from the ah to the ooh really gradually. And you can try this just with your speaking voice. You don't have to sing it at first. Just say ah going to ooh, but really slowly and gradually. Ow. There were so many different vowel sounds in between ah and ooh that you're passing over. Ow. You're If you break it down, you're more singing ah, oh, ooh. And from a like resonance perspective and a vowel modification perspective, that'll help guide your voice into mix and into head voice without you cracking. Cracking, though, is normal in the beginning. So I'm not saying that that will magically solve your break, but it is a good idea and can help you navigate through that without cracking. So give that a try. Again, we're going to oo to ah. And G3 to G4. That's what we're doing. I will walk down this time for lower voices and then I'll walk back up. Ready? I want to go really slow with this one. So it might feel painfully slow. That's slow. Ooh, ah. It's actually helpful to think of this as ow, ow, like that hurt, ow. Ow. That's helpful. I don't know why I've literally never thought of that before. Here you go. Ow. Low voices, you can do another 2. Last one. Walk back up, checking in with pitch. You're starting on E flat 3. Ow. So if you're a higher voice like me, then you're not going to head voice yet on that top pitch. You're probably in chest voice the whole time. Just FYI. Ready and sing. Ow. Ow. Ooh, it's ugly. Ow. But low voices, you're probably finding head voice or at least something light on the top. Keep going. Ow. Ow. 'Ow. 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 ' might find, interestingly, you might find that sometimes the way up is smoother, sometimes the way down is smoother. Here we are. Ow. Ow. And it might be painful, but really the slower that you go, the easier it is to not crack. If you go fast, ow, you might not hear a crack, but you're not working as much on register blending. So I've encountered that a lot of times with beginning singers where I give them a slide and they just jump. So I want them to slide, say an exercise like this. Okay. And they just go, again, that's not bad. It serves its purpose for switching registers. And I mean, I can think of other purposes for that too. You're not grabbing at the high note. You're not pulling up a lot of strength and weight, especially if you tend to shout and then crack. But it's doing little to help us develop mix. It's not doing nothing, but it's doing little. Okay. Anyways, last type of exercise I want to cover with you before we have Q&A time is mix exercises. So specifically working not just on blending those registers and having a smooth transition to head voice, but also being able to access that. Typically, what we're going for is a chest dominant mix or a head dominant mix for high notes that are strong and powerful, but not strained as they would be if you just relied on your chest voice. So a few different types of exercises for beginners and really for anyone. The 3 types of exercises are the tongue out ma, as in map, ma, the NG sound, like the end of the word sing, and then the word one, 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 one. So I'll demo those and do a few iterations of them with you. You can feel them out. Really, the tongue out ma, I don't need to play anything on the keyboard. Your tongue is out. It's a very catty, bratty sound. And the main utility in this that I've found is it very quickly gets you to feel a sound that's not fully chest voice and not fully head voice. So try that. It really doesn't matter, not going to play pitches on the piano, but think kind of like medium high for your voice. Tongue out, annoying, catty, bratty, ma, ma. And you'll hear there, okay, there's something to that tone quality and to that sensation that's not just chest voice. And it's not just head voice. Ooh. It's somewhere in the middle. Ma. And if you slow down, you might feel that even more clearly. So, is it a beautiful sound? No, but I found it's a really, really good tool to just give you a taste of what we're talking about when we talk about mix. So that was number 1. Number 2 is the NG sound. So how you do that, just say the word sing or hung and hold on to the end. Sing, hung. What you want to feel there is that the back of your tongue is touching your soft palate. Your soft palate, if you think of the roof of your mouth, your soft palate is toward the back. And you'll feel there's closure. Your tongue and the soft palate are touching. If you go back and forth between, say, the word hung and ah or sing and ah, then you'll feel that, and you'll hear the difference in sound as well. Sometimes people try the NG, but really they're just saying in a kind of a nasal way. So you can feel the difference there. And sliding on an NG is really helpful for some of the same reasons that tongue out ma is helpful. So again, you could do kind of an octave slide like we did before. Um, or you could do another pattern, but I would say probably a slide is most helpful. And then last type of mix exercise is the word one. One, 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 one. And I'll do this over a wider range. We'll start relatively low. So we're starting in chest voice. That way we're not, stressed out. We're not that close to our transition point. Low voices, you're starting one, 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 one. Camille can't sing that low. I will join in a little bit, or I'll just play piano for you. And the pitches are C3, E3, G3, C4. And then you come back down. So C, E, G, C, G, E, C. If you're using that pitch monitor, you can check your pitch slowly. I can type it in the chat if that would be helpful. Let me know. Do it slowly once or twice just to get the pitch. And then, Z-Man, what does a C3 and a B2 sound like? On my voice, it sounds terrible. I can barely sing that. Sounds super, super froggy and bad. I can't make a B2. I can't make it. Nope, not today. Not today. So that's what it sounds like, is failure and a frog in the gutter. Okay, but low voices, you won't sound bad on this. Slowly for pitch accuracy, but then when we do the exercise, I want you to move through it quickly. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 is the octave higher. Ready, sing. Moving keys, starting here. D3. Take a breath, relax, sing. I'm joining 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Breathe. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Altos, you're here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Sopranos, join. Low voices you could drop out at any point. Just know that. B flat 3 is your starting pitch. Then D4, F4, B flat 4. Ready, sing. Sing 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Last one here. Cool. Okay, so again, pausing there at that D5. I know you can sing higher than that, probably, but for today, we're gonna keep it beginner friendly. Is it possible for females to sound? Sorry, the little like chat heart thing is covering up one of the words. Sound or sing like men with proper training. Yes, absolutely. So, there are teachers that specifically work with folks who are trying to, feminize their voice, or that's, I'm more familiar with that than sounding more masculine. And apart from this is not my field of expertise. So I do know that it's possible. I know that there are folks who work on this and teachers who specialize in this. Um, will you be able to, without any hormonal intervention, will you be able to sing as low as someone assigned male at birth? Not if that's not natural to you. It's very difficult to extend your low range. It's a lot easier to extend your high range. But in terms of tone quality, yes. Are you going to sing exactly like the singers that you're listening to and trying to model yourself after? Probably not, because none of us can do that. I can't sound exactly like Adele because I'm not Adele. And can I? It's not something that I've worked on. So I could do like an impression of one of my favorite things to do when I was younger was do like a male opera singer voice. But is that something that I've seriously worked on? No, I have not. Okay, Nick has something that he wants help with. The new high note to practice is from Jamie Miller, Part of Your World. It's a YouTube short with Natalie Jane. I believe the keys are shown with Jamie's starting note being A4. It'd be great to practice that along with the change he does at the end to F sharp 4. Okay, cool. I'm going to look that up. Thank you so much. And if you we do have a couple minutes left if you have questions that came up as we were chatting today. Okay. I'm just going to copy paste if I can. And just hang tight. You won't be able to hear the video as I'm playing it. Just to listen. Okay. Oh man, there's a lot of different ones. Nick, is it just the two of them, like in a garage and there's a boombox on the floor and a water bottle? Or there's one in a kitchen and she's on the countertop? Um, so which one is it? I'm guessing it's probably just the two of them, so I'm gonna okay. Well, there's the A4, right? Whoa. So pretty. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that again. Someday I'll be. So they're in the key of D, starting on G4, G, F sharp, D, A. And then world, I think is what it was. Okay. World is what I heard. Um, okay, perfect. So I would say someday I'll be. That's going to be vowel modification city if you want it to be really belty. But I'm hearing that there's actually quite a lot of thinness in that sound. So I would say let yourself be, especially on that A4 on a word like be. Let it be more head voice dominant. Someday I'll be. And then whoa. Uh okay, this is so tough, Nick, because some voices do really well with a more closed sound. Some voices need to be more open to that So try both. Try whoa as in world or really wood. Whoa. And then try one where you're dropping your jaw and it's more wah. Wah. Try wah, wah. and see what feels more stable to you. I would also walk up to that. So, not just like jump into the deep end, but warm up to that note on wah and wuh and see what feels better. So, you might start like on F3 as your starting pitch. Wah, 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 wah. Or woo, 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 woo. The woo might feel a little bit safer. It's a little bit more closed. I can think of one student that I worked with who, like, that sound was magic for them, to get those high, like Ariana Grande, super, super high belty notes. So you might play around with that. Again, so you're starting whoa, 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 or whoa, 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 and then you're walking up to F sharp, and then to G, and then to A flat, and then to A. And here we are at the pitch. If you want to go even one half step higher, that as a stretch, that could help the A feel less high. So you can go to the B flat, whoa, 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 and then go back to the key. World. And those pitches, at least that what I'm hearing, I'll type it in the chat for you. So you're sustaining on the A4 and then going G4. I'll drop the 4. You don't need the 4, but you know it's in the fourth octave. A, G, F sharp, G, F sharp, F sharp, E, D. Okay, so A sustain world. I think that's accurate. I have the little hyphen in between the F sharp and the second F sharp because that's a little pulse. My hyphen there is a way to connect those pitches. Let me listen once more to see if I'm missing anything. If you think I'm missing something, let me know. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it so much. Um, Moments like that are, I feel like that's why we love musical theater and Disney. It's just, so cinematic. Nick, did I help? You're saying, given I have my belt style bari tenor, I feel I need to make the wah sound without trying to shout. Yeah, if you're trying to override that kind of shouty tendency, then I would definitely do wah and then open up to wah. You can also do wah with a dropped jaw. Wah, wah. It doesn't have to be that closed. Wah, 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 wah. It might help to keep it kind of like a little bit more tucked than an which can, if you're not careful, sort of spread into So just a thought, might be the ticket. Z man, I don't think I'm gonna do my impression of a male opera singer today. Um, Maybe another live lesson. I've got to be feeling it. I'm I'm not feeling that. Um, but it does make me wonder what teachers I might know that specialize in that. Um, let's see. So what you would look for, um, or what I would look for would more be a voice therapist rather than a singing teacher. So when I'm looking that up, transgender voice therapy, feminize or masculinize, that's the word, masculinize your voice. Um, There's Seattle Voice Lab, there's Speech Language Spot, there's Expressible, there's Connected Speech Pathology, there's the uh oh, that's just an article from the Cleveland Clinic. But that's the route that I would go. I Unless it's a voice teacher that specializes in that, and maybe that is a speech language pathologist themselves. Like, I don't have training in feminizing or masculinizing, and so I would want to find somebody who does specialize in that and has training in that field. And most likely you're gonna find more speech language pathologists or speech therapists, um, rather than, singing teachers. So, eh. Um, uh, Good. Wonderful, Nick. I'm so glad. I'm super happy to help. Um, Awesome. Well, this was fun. I hope you found it helpful. I know a lot of the exercises we did today. Um, Got it. Yeah. Then just speaking from experience, again, not my area of expertise, but um, what I did when I was a little kid was just really being silly and like learning by rote, just doing mimicry. So I know that you can get more detailed, and I guess my answer, I'm being careful because I know that's a legit field of study, and so it might feel a little bit flippant for me to say, "Oh, just copy voices," because that's what I did just as a silly kid, kind of. So that's just explaining where I'm coming from there. Um, that's all I can speak to. It's my own experience. All right, my friends, I will see you next Monday, I believe, the 9th. And I'm not even sure what the topic will be. We'll see. I know it's already posted, so it is you can, click that little alarm bell to be alerted. But whatever it is, whatever we're talking about, I hope you can make it, and hope to see you there. All right. Thank you. Bye.